Live. My name is Carl Wastie, and introducing somebody that you know and love who will now be live just for you on the flash drive. Who'll be entertaining you on the 2nd of October, compliments of breakout events at the Grand Arena Grand West. His name, Kenny G. Welcome to the show, my dear friend. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm doing great.
A little rumor has it that you've been obviously to South Africa, but when it comes to this beautiful city called Cape Town, it's been a very, very long time. Way too long. Way too long.
It's a beautiful city. I mean, I actually really have great visuals in my mind of the city, and I can tell you that when you think you can climb Table Mountain in a couple of hours, it doesn't work out that way.
Let me know what the expectation is in terms of what a Kenny G concert feels like.
I think most people will be surprised at how much fun they're going to have, how much energy there is. I know that most of the songs that people hear of mine are mellow and melodic, and we play our songs that people know. We play them, but we also are six of us on stage that are musicians that have been practicing our instruments for 50 years. So we're
Wow.
pretty great. We do, and we spend our couple of hours of our show not only playing the songs, but showing off, what musicianship can be like after you've dedicated your life to an instrument. So people, when they walk away, they'll say, "Wow, that percussion solo was amazing," or "That bass player, I never thought I'd see something like that." So it's not just sax, but there's plenty of sax. And we try to make people have a good time and enjoy themselves. And, I play some of my songs in the audience, so people know that I don't think of myself
What?
as up with anybody. Yep, I'm right out there, and
Are
it's
you going
super
to do
cool.
that? You know that people are going to touch your hair.
Well, we don't want them to touch me while I'm playing because I still need to concentrate. But I'll be close enough for sure.
That's that's
And by the way,
exciting.
if you touch it, by the way, it's real. It's not fake, the hair.
Yeah.
And it's just my grandmother had these curls, and my father, he didn't really have as much hair as I do
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason. But through him, I got the curls.
I love that. The curls are it's a whole thing, trust me. We love it. You know, we love curls in Cape Town, South Africa especially. We use all sorts of different products. One thing that comes, there's a product called Auntie Jackie's. You're gonna love it, honestly, when you find it in one of the
Seriously?
stores. Yeah, Auntie Jackie's curl custard. It's perfect for you. It really is.
Uncle Jackie's curl custard?
Auntie.
That's
Auntie Jackie's curl custard.
auntie. Auntie.
Yeah. You're gonna love it.
Auntie.
Yes.
Jack. That's unbelievably funny that way that sounds to me.
Don't worry. When you get down here, and let's hope that we have some time to chat in studio. I'll get you I'll get you some. Don't worry about it. I got your back. But I just want to
Thank
know
you.
a bit more about before we get the performance of a lifetime from you. I've always been so intrigued. You know, when you chat to artists, especially instrumentalists, you always picture them. They must listen to classical music, classical saxophone all the time, and I know that you practice every single day. I mean, it's one of your crafts. But I
Yeah.
need to know a bit more about what is your musical guilty pleasure. Like, I want to know, does I mean, I just played a song with you in the weekend a little earlier, but now I want to
Yeah.
know, like, what is in your car when you're going on a road trip or while you're cooking at home? Like, what's the music that Kenny G listens to when you have downtime?
Yeah, I don't really listen a lot to classical music. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I just don't listen a lot to it. I listen to old jazz. That's what I listen to, the jazz of the 50s and 60s, 1950s and 1960s. And I listen to those old jazz masters play their beautiful jazz sounds, and that's what I listen to, and I get inspired by it. And you know, the
Mm.
modern guys, there's a lot of really great sax players today, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that the internet has connected the world has allowed these young sax players to just get better. I'm not saying that's a good thing either. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like when I was learning to play the sax, we didn't have the connectivity of anything. There wasn't even any there. I don't even know if there was a tape recorder when I started. There was just a record player, so you could hear it, but you could never record anything
Yeah.
and listen back to it. But eventually we got a tape recorder. But I just practiced in my room on my own by myself, just figuring out how to play the saxophone. Now, today, everybody hears everybody. So there's a lot of guys that just sound the same, even though they're really great. there's not that much of a uniqueness to them. And so I think it's a little downside for them in that way. Upside is they can hear all the technique that I just had to figure out, but they can just hear it and go, oh, and then they just get it really quick.
Can I tell you, you're one of the artists that I know for a fact you cannot be AI'd, honestly, Kenny.
No,
No.
no.
Because there's something, the way you play, I don't think a machine can ever learn that sort of thing. There's just, it's the subtleties in the music and the way you handle the saxophone. And I think that's the blessing. And I think more younger artists need to get their authenticity locked and actually start not benchmarking, but rather being unique, finding their sound and their rhythm. I mean, there are so many great jazz artists in Cape Town alone. It's actually quite a big scene, except I don't think it's respected as much because there's not too many radio stations playing jazz music specifically. So let's just say for those artists who are sitting in their rooms, practicing 3 hours every single day to try and get to in a fraction of what Kenny G is like, what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, good question. Well, first of all, I'm already practicing 3 hours. So if you want to you better practice more than me because I'm already practicing 3 hours and I'm already here. So
Okay.
you better do a little more than that. Now, I say that with jest. It doesn't, 3 hours is it's a good solid amount of practicing. 1 hour a day is not enough. 5 hours a day, might be too much. Three's good in that ballpark. But what I think people lack is they don't have a sound of their own and they don't know how to get a sound of their own because they're so busy comparing themselves. I mean, all the guys on Instagram are showing off their chops.
Yeah.
And then you hear this thing, and then you try to play that and and everybody's playing the same licks. I just make up my own stuff. So I would just say, make up something, turn that into an exercise, and then make that your practice routine. That's what I do. All the exercises that I play, the scales, they're just scales I wrote and I play. I don't play anybody else's scales. I don't, and if I tried to play the other people's scales, I wouldn't sound as good as them. So I don't want to do that. And I don't want to spend the time learning someone else's scale unless it's something that I just think is so awesome that I have to learn it. But generally speaking, make up your own stuff, turn it into exercises, practice that, repeat, 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 repeat.
I like that. And I'm so glad you said that because make up something of your own. I think that's, a lot of people get fearful of that, about creating something completely new because they're thinking, oh, traditionally this is not supposed to be this way. And here I am trying to make up my own thing. But I think what's important there is to back yourself and to go for it. So I think that's great advice for any young jazz musos who are out there. And I'm really hoping that you can connect with a few of them when you're down here and they can actually just, who knows what could happen with a little collaboration. But there is a few great South African songs that I'm hoping that perhaps as a little surprise to the audience, you'd be able to learn. Like I would love to hear, there's a song called Sister Bettina. I'm hoping that you could play that on sax for us.
Somebody's got to send it to me. I don't know that song, so I have to hear it.
Yes,
we'll see.
You will love it.
I'm very particular about what I play.
I know.
So it may sound great to you. It may not work for me, but it might. I don't know.
I don't know. And that's the thing. People approach you for your expertise, and I always wonder, have you ever felt compelled to approach any of these? I'm going to say the newer artists to say, tap them on the shoulder and say, you know what, your song needs a sax solo on it, because I feel like so many songs would do well with a sax solo. It just makes everything better.
Yeah, I say that to everybody.
Right.
I say that to every artist I meet. Like let's say I meet somebody like an Elton John.
Yes.
And I'll say, bro, your music's great, but where's the sax? Where's the sax solo? Where's my sax solo?
Yes.
To everybody. So yes. And every now and then someone will take me up on it, but not that often. Usually what happens is I get a phone call out of the blue, like I did from the weekend. Like, wait, how am I even on your radar? You're like half my age. And then all of a sudden I'm talking to him and I go, okay, but why did you think of me? He goes, my mom took me to one of your concerts when I was a kid. I've always liked your music. It'd be great to do a song together. So when we did the song together and we made the video.
Yeah.
I remember we were making this video where we were sitting in this box and I know it's a cool video. We're sitting in this box and I'm playing. And then in between takes, he goes, you know what? You're old enough to be my father. but I'm saying it wasn't.
Mm.
It was said with kindness and care. It wasn't said in the way that you're
Yes.
think, oh my God. But the way he said it was super sweet. And I said, that's a compliment to me because if I'm old enough to your dad and I'm here making music with you, I still must be young enough at heart and soul and whatever else I've got that's young enough to do with you. It was super cool. So I'm always flattered when the young ones come and when they really want, here's what happens. They make up a song, they get a sax, like sample, and they play a part, and
Yes.
then they go, wait a minute, oh God, what if we had the real sax? And then when they have to think of the real sax, thank goodness they think like, well, maybe I would do it. And then
Yeah.
they call me and say, hey, would you play? I said, well, you got to send me the song, bro.
I
If I
love
don't
it.
like the song, I'm not playing on it, even if you're super famous. But so I got to check it out. And with the weekend, he sent me the track, and I went, okay, bro, listen. They had a sample sax playing, not the solo I played.
Yeah.
I said, okay, do you want me to repeat exactly what you have, or are you letting me have freedom? He says, do what you want to do. I said, okay then. So I took a few hours, worked on it, sent it to him. He goes, I love it. By the way, we're going to be on TV tomorrow. I'll see you at the studio. I said, what? What?
Oh, I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I love this.
I said, are we lip syncing? No, no, we're going to do it live. I
Yeah.
said, okay.
Done.
So I had to remember my solo, and I got there, and we by the way, we kicked butt. We kicked butt. It
Of course
sounded
you did.
so good. And from then on, it was like, okay, we're going to re-release the song with the sax. We're going to have you on the AMAs. It was super great. I had a great relationship with him. He's a great guy.
I love that. And it just shows you, you know what? Everybody needs Kenny G. And we get you on the 2nd of October in Cape Town. Thank you so much for your time today and for joining the show. We are looking forward to what is going to be an incredible one. We're going to grab our tickets and just go support you as we always done. And I cannot wait for you to go up to Table Mountain and actually just, climb the entire thing if you got some time when you're down here, okay?
Thank you very much. Great to have you.
Lovely, no problem. Kenny G on your flash drive on KFM 94.5. And he's down on the 2nd of October. If you want to grab yourself some tickets, Breakout Events. That's breakoutevents.com. You can go and grab your tickets over there. And they'll be at Grand Arena Grand West, Durban ICC on the 1st of October, and then Sunbet Arena Times Square in Pretoria on the 4th of October. Go and support Kenny G because, as I said, everybody needs Kenny G.